Have you ever wondered how a giant airplane weighing hundreds of tons actually gets off the ground? In fact, an aircraft's engine doesn't start as simply as a car engine that roars to life the moment you turn the key. Its startup process is actually quite complex. First, the pilot sends a start command. Then, the aircraft's powerful electrical system begins working, driving an electric motor at the rear of the plane. This motor spins up a small turbine engine located in the tail, known as the APU, Auxiliary Power Unit. The APU is essentially a little helper whose job is to start the main engines, and it usually sits quietly in the tail section. Once the APU is running steadily, it gets to work by supplying compressed air to the main turbine engines mounted on the wings. When this compressed air blows onto the turbine blades of a main engine, the blades begin to rotate and the large fan at the front of the engine starts spinning as well. When the fan is spinning fast enough and the engine is filled with compressed air, the system automatically injects aviation fuel into the combustion chamber and ignites it with spark plugs. The energy produced by combustion makes the engine spin even faster. Once the engine reaches about half of its maximum rotational speed, the small turbine in the tail no longer needs to supply compressed air. At this point, the main engine has successfully started. With the first engine running, starting the engine on the other wing becomes much easier using airflow generated by the already running engine. When both main engines are up and running, they unleash enormous thrust, pushing the aircraft faster and faster down the runway until it finally lifts off and soars into the sky.